Hey everybody, welcome to another Age of Grogu, and I've got with me today Elijah. How's it going, man?
It's going.
Cool, yeah. Max unfortunately cannot join us today. He's got another thing that he's doing right now, and same with Jason. I'm really kind of invested to hear what they think of Superman. We will be talking about Superman in a couple
Oh yeah,
couple of
yeah.
minutes' time for sure.
Max,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, Max has
I know
given us the
Jason's out
full
of town. He
breakdown.
like
Yeah,
posted
yeah,
photos of his son wearing a Superman shirt. I'm like, oh
nice.
man, I wonder if they all went and saw Superman.
I hope they did. They were going to try to, yeah. Because he's over
Yeah.
in, I think, New York or something. But yeah, apart from Superman, which both of us have already seen, anything new or interesting you've seen or watched this last week or so? Anything cool worth
Does
mentioning?
anything come to mind that I watched that was new?
Hmm. Nothing on TV,
Um,
nothing.
I'm thinking I might jar my memory later, but
Yeah,
just watching stuff.
yeah,
The norm.
yeah. We're
Can't
getting
think
a
of
lot of things
anything brand
dropping
new.
in. Yeah, we're getting a lot of things dropping in August. So, Wednesday's dropping in August, and a few other shows dropping August. So, but I actually finished the old TV show Malcolm in the Middle. I watched all 7 seasons. They dropped them on Disney Plus
Oh,
recently,
that's funny.
and you know what? It's actually a fun show. I mean, it was actually fun to watch it through. And the only reason I watched it was later on this year they're going to be releasing, I think, 4 episodes of a kind of a reboot of the characters. So I was just kind of curious, wanted to check it out. But apart from that, nothing else. I really haven't watched anything new. I do still need to catch up with Squid Games. I have not done that yet, and I still need to catch up with Ironheart because I also have not caught up on that yet either. So
Oh yeah,
I will. I've been kind of all over the place recently, so try to figure that out. Um, Other news out there right now: Daredevil. Kristen Ritter has been teasing that it's like no time has passed, and she thinks fans are going to be very, very thrilled to see some of the stuff that they're doing for season two. They've been keeping season two a lot quieter than season one right now. Season one, there was a lot of promo photos and stuff that was out there and leaks. It seems like they're controlling the narrative a little bit more on this one. So I haven't
yeah.
heard anything yet. They've been shooting kind of thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. It'll be out, I believe, next year. Max will be hyped about this, of course, because we're talking about Dune. They start shooting Dune Messiah in Budapest, and they've already started shooting that. Which again, I enjoyed the movies. I thought the first two were great. It'll be shot sequences in IMAX. A lot of movies are shooting in IMAX these days, right? And sequences in
Yeah, I
IMAX
think
format.
it's just like another draw to it's
Mm,
they adding on 3D to the IMAX. It's just another draw to get people to go in. Because
yeah,
I saw IMAX like today,
right.
and I don't know. Was it any better in IMAX? I'm not sure. So
Yeah, well,
just another way to
okay.
see
Well,
it.
that's the thing we'll definitely talk about because I do want to know. I've only watched it the once in Dolby, and so
Right.
we'll definitely
It'd be
break
hard to
that down.
compare. I'd have to see him like
Mm,
kind of like go back to. I mean, obviously it's a
right.
fuller screen, but like I don't know if I'm getting
Gotcha.
much more information. Maybe
Yeah.
some shots were composed to
Hmm.
fit in that format, so that
Right.
obviously you're getting more,
Sure.
you know,
Yeah.
more of what the director's vision was. So.
Yeah. Yeah. We haven't been on for a couple of weeks, but they did actually announce Star Wars Rebuilding the Galaxy piece by piece, pieces of the past, I should say, September 19th, which I think we enjoyed the first one. Thought the first one was kind of fun. It was kind of fun to see them dismantle the galaxy we knew so well. Even though it was Lego and it was silly, I always like those kind of silly Star Wars gags that they do. You know, they're fun.
Yeah.
They're fun. Other stuff out there. Posters are popping up around the world for Fantastic Four. That's our next big one. That comes out in 2 weeks' time, or less than 2 weeks' time now. So that's going to be huge. I'm looking forward to that one, of course. Other things out there that have been making it well. How to Train Your Dragon has crossed $510 million globally. The film had a $150 million budget, so it's doing well. 510, globally. I think, yeah. So it was good. It was good. It's still one of my favorite films of the year. Actually, I really did enjoy it. jumping through, I know this kind of is a crossover, but Nathan Fillion has confirmed that Lanterns will series will be MA rated R basically, or an R rating for TV. So that's going to be
Yeah. They
interesting.
basically, I
Yeah,
think they kind of have to.
yeah. So that's going to be kind of cool. I like the fact that we can get something a little darker, and it seems like that would be the show that they could definitely play with that uh, M rating or that R rating, I guess, considered.
Hmm.
And then also jumping in the same world there, officially James Gunn said that Peacemaker is going to be popping up down at San Diego Comic Con. So it seems like he's going to be down there as well, apparently. So,
I saw a new trailer for
mm.
Peacemaker in front of
Oh,
the IMAX Superman.
oh,
Uh,
really? Oh,
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was new because I don't remember
okay.
seeing it. And I mean, maybe it played before, but then what made me
Mm-hmm.
catch that it was new is he's jumping, and there's a billboard, and it's for the Mighty Crabjoys, that fake band that like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
that that in Superman, that like the punk band
Uh-huh.
from the '90s
Right.
or whatever it's supposed to be.
Okay.
There's a billboard or whatever for it in the back, so I was like, he's gonna throw that
Oh,
in
that's funny.
everywhere, which is we can get to that later, but I thought that was pretty funny, just to
Oh,
that
that's funny.
that
Well, I mean,
band and the whole
they were
the
throwing
joke.
around. Yeah. Sorry.
Go
Sorry.
ahead, We'll talk about it.
No,
We'll
no. I was
talk
just
about
saying
it, but
that. Yeah.
they'll keep throwing that in with the other stuff, like the
Oh, yeah.
DC coffee and like all the brands and
Hmm.
stuff they did in the
Jitters.
movie
I was going to
with
say Jitters was one of the ones that
coffee
they
and
put in
like
there.
the
Big Belly
soda,
Burger. Yeah.
yeah, those type of
All
things.
those
So,
things. Yeah.
but I like
Yeah.
the James Gunn, that fake made up punk band was.
I didn't know it was fake made up. I thought it was a real band out there. So it's like
No,
that
we'll
shows
go
what I
into
know.
it later. It's like
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
it
Okay. All
definitely
right.
like hits
Oh.
in a certain way. Like I really like I
Okay.
get that like totally.
Okay.
I'll explain later, but I thought it was
Okay.
pretty
All
funny.
right. All right. No, definitely we'll go into depth. Speaking of San Diego Comic Con, there is one other person who's going to San Diego Comic Con for the first time ever. George Lucas is going to be
Oh
down
yes,
there along with
yeah. Look how happy he is
Go
about it.
Toro.
Look how
I know
happy he is.
exactly. Go
He is so
Toro
happy to be
and
like, I'm going. Queen
uh,
Latifah's super happy. She's like, I'm
I
gonna be
don't
here
know.
talking to
Yeah,
these guys.
and then you got Doug Chang,
Why is he there?
the
I don't know.
production designer. Production designer. I don't know why I mean, he's in there. They are going down though to promote the new, or at least Lucas is going down there to promote the new Lucas Museum, which opens
Right?
next year.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
hoping they'll
Shanghai.
have an actual announcement for an opening day at that point. That would be kind of cool.
If they're
But the
doing if they're doing that at Comic Con, then there'll probably be some video commercial or some sort of preview for it, and
yeah.
I'm sure they'll anything they post at Comic Con is going to get online, so they're going to like
Oh
post
yeah.
it
Yeah.
online after
Yeah.
whatever they're showing.
Yeah. Are you going down there this year or not?
It's going to leak anyways.
Sorry. Are you going down
I
there?
think I will. I just don't know what
Okay.
day.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I will. I'm not sure what day.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm thinking I would go Wednesday just for preview night. That means just
Sure.
go for a couple hours and drive back.
Right.
But it all depends because
Okay.
Fantastic Four is the day after it for us, and then
Oh yeah.
if Max is driving down there every day back and forth,
Uh-huh.
maybe I'll wait until Friday and go Friday. So
Right.
I don't know.
I
But
can't remember which day our tickets were. Yeah, our tickets for
Wednesday
yeah.
is more ideal for me because it's less people and it's only open
Yeah.
for a couple hours at night, and
Yeah.
I can get everything done in like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I don't want to fight the crowds and just the mayhem. So
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. It's always the way. It gets very very claustrophobic down there, I find. So
and it's just like
yeah.
I just want to get through it. I don't want to be fighting
Yeah.
a sea of people and people with
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah.
if you're going to Comic Con,
oh,
people,
yeah.
wash up, put on deodorant, wipe your butt,
Yes.
take a good
Uh-huh.
shower.
It gets
Like
hot and
there's
sweaty
things that you need
outside.
to do before you go to Comic Con.
Uh-huh.
Like tip 1, wash yourself very good before you go to Comic Con and wear deodorant. That's all I
Uh-huh.
gotta say. There's people
Yeah.
out there that need to be told.
Yep. Yep. Fair enough. A few other things happened this week. Rick and Morty had an episode that had James Gunn and Zack Snyder on. I'm not a Rick and Morty fan. I haven't really sat down and watched too much of it, but I did watch the little clip that they dropped on TV. I don't know if you, or on the internet, I should say. Did you see that at all?
I saw, yeah, I knew that
Yeah,
I
just
don't think I saw the full clip. I saw that,
right.
I kind of also have no
Yeah.
interest for Rick and Morty.
Hmm.
It's like, I get it, but it's not like,
Yeah.
it's surprising to me that it's gone on for so long, and I get it, but I just have no desire to watch it
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I
That's
could see where
same.
you can go with that, and that's all I need,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like
It's just
somebody did
interesting.
that, okay.
Yeah. It's just interesting to see, James Gunn is getting quite the, quite the representation of his look and his, I guess he's almost created his own, Disney look or whatever. So, not
Well,
Disney look. Yeah,
yeah, he's got
yeah,
his own very
yeah,
recognizable look,
recognizable. Yeah,
recognizable look for himself, like the
yeah.
white hair, the
Like the
glasses,
Stan Lee, the Stan Lee vibe is where I was going with it.
whatever.
Yeah,
He's easy
yeah,
easy to replicate because he like wears a certain style, and he like the white hair
yeah,
and glasses and
yeah,
a funny T-shirt and like pretty casual, but
hmm
like he's fairly easy to like
yeah.
to emulate, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, totally. Um, Now, were you ever a Scrubs fan?
No, I just
Okay,
only because I haven't watched TV like as like
right.
TV. I stopped watching
Yeah,
TV
fair
so
enough. Fair
long
enough.
ago
It was never
that
your
like
thing. Yeah.
I just
Okay.
stopped watching TV and sitcoms and everything
Right.
on TV
Yeah.
so long ago. I'm like
Okay.
talking 2000. Like I stopped probably
Okay.
watching
All right.
TV in maybe like 1999 or 2000 or something like
Okay.
that.
Fair
I
enough.
know what
Fair
it
enough.
is. I've seen
Yep.
parts, but I just
Okay.
don't. I've never. I just.
All right.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
stopped caring a long time ago
Fair enough.
about
They got the
TV
full
and TV
cast.
shows.
Well, they got
Yeah.
the main cast, not the full cast, but some of them have passed away since. But the main cast are coming back for that. That could be kind of fun. I don't know. I always had this problem about shows that worked at one point in time don't necessarily work
Right.
in this day
Right.
and age as a reboot,
Right.
or it's
And now if
vastly
they're going to do
different
that, they all got
humor.
to be
Or
doctors, and there's got to be new scrubs. Like they can't still be
yeah,
scrubs. Doctors. They got to be
well,
the
that's
main
it.
cast has to be doctors and have their own
Sure.
line of scrubs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then you're not.
Exactly.
It's not the cast. You're not
Yeah.
getting the real show back. You're getting people in the show, but it's not the
Right.
show. And
Yeah.
I already know how that's going to go. It's like
Yeah.
I get it
Yeah.
again.
I will
Again,
I'll probably
I
watch the
understand.
pilot, and if it doesn't grab me, then we'll see, kind of thing. But I will try to
Right.
watch the pilot episode just because I thought it was fun. It was charming as a comedy. They dealt with some cool issues and stuff like that too. Did you see that the actor who played Admiral Piet from The Empire Strikes Back passed away at the age of 87?
Oh no,
Kenneth Connolly. It was about 2 weeks ago now when that happened. But
he should have
yeah,
doubled his efforts.
he should have doubled his efforts. He was the one survivor for a while there of Darth Vader. He survived Vader, but he didn't survive death. But either
Uh,
way, it's always
or
it's weird. It just makes you realize how mortal you are when you start losing actors who were in your favorite show when you were a kid. And it's like, oh man, even if they were small characters,
right?
they were all
Yeah,
characters.
we're getting there.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
yeah. Did you catch the
Oh my
trailer
gosh,
for The Running Man? Huh?
Anchorman, we know you will see Wednesday. We
Hey,
know
Anchorman.
that. We know you're season
Yep,
2.
yep.
I'm spinning
That's
that
all
one
right.
on him.
We're going to start with a
We're gonna
light,
spoil the hell out
non-spoiler,
of it.
but
So
we are going to
you
spoil
can't
the hell
watch
out of it
it.
later on. So yeah, so you will
Just
not want to
better
be
turn it
around a
off.
little bit later. Yeah, we're going to start that in a couple of minutes' time though. Just giving it a few minutes to kind of thing. Anyway, Elijah, did you see the trailer for The Running Man?
Yes.
Yeah, you saw it. Well, we saw it in the theaters. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it looks fun. I think it could be fun.
Yeah, it definitely looks fun. I like the spin on it. I'm
Yeah.
glad that know this is obviously the first trailer, another trailer.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that the whole country's hunting him. Like that's fun, and
Mm.
like I don't know how they're gonna, with that idea, how they're gonna televise everything, unless there's like some camera
Mm.
or like some sort of floating orb
Well, I think they
following
got
him
the.
around
I think
everywhere,
I think that's what it was. They showed it in the trailer that there
like a
was the floating
screen or
balls.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I mean, kind of
Yeah.
like that's gonna be the
Yeah.
floating, the floating orb or camera
Camera
is gonna
orbs.
be.
Yeah.
They're gonna be apparently you're already
Oh, I'm sure.
popular in movies. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
see if that happens in real life, which
I'm
it
sure at
probably
some
will.
point they're going to be. Yeah.
But yeah,
You know.
I like the concept of that. That seems really
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
And it's fun that like the whole country's
Yeah.
trying to find him, and
Oh,
he's on the run from everybody.
it's
Which is
yeah, it's based off of course, the Arnold Schwarzenegger film, The Running Man
right.
from the '80s,
Well, the
which
book from
I
Stephen King book
oh
or
yeah,
story.
Stephen King book, yeah, exactly, yeah. Sorry, well, yeah, it was based off the book, but yeah, there was a movie, I should say, not that it was based off, but yeah, I'll be curious to see it. Looks kind of fun. Jumping back to Star Wars again. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now. The upcoming Star Wars animated series, More Shadow Lord, will be written by Mitch. I can't pronounce that last name.
Mitch
Mitch
McConnell.
Novets. Novets. No, yeah, okay. Forgive me for my names. I'm terrible with them. But yeah,
McNonovich.
yeah, Nonovich.
McNonovich.
Nonovich, yeah. He worked
Nonovich.
on the cancelled 1313 game, Clone Wars Series 6 and 7, which had some really phenomenal stories, Jedi Fallen Order, and some Tales of the Underworld, which I thought were great too. So it seems like they've got a good writer behind the series, so I'm curious to see what they do with that story. And it's going to take place, I believe, somewhere between. I'm going to guess somewhere between Order 66 are happening and the Bad Batch during that time, if not beyond that point in time. Um, you know, I'm looking forward to anything Star Wars animation. I'm always looking forward to. They always tend to do a
Anything Star Wars you're looking for,
okay. Yeah, anything Star Wars I'm looking forward to. Absolutely.
except
Uh,
maybe like the Star Wars babies or whatever it is, the
Star
little
Wars
kid
babies.
shows
Oh jeez.
or whatever. They don't they have like some Disney
They
like
yeah,
Star Wars
the
babies,
young Jedi Adventures.
like a Muppet Babies or what? Yeah, Young Jedi.
Yeah, Young Jedi Adventures. It's actually kind of
Did you
cute.
watch all of those?
This
Oh,
no, I haven't
you
watched.
watch.
I haven't watched all of them. I have watched some of them. They're a
All
little bit
right,
hard
all right.
to watch, but there is some cool visuals, design stuff in there from the
Yeah, Young
era.
Adventures.
Yeah, I look at it for the conceptual art design stuff and all that because they do relate to the High Republic stuff once in a while.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Shut up. Last little bit of news. The James Gunn has confirmed that he has read the Batman Part 2 script by Matt Reeves, and he said it's great. Now, he said it's great, but he hasn't actually greenlit it yet, which means that there could be some rewrites, there could be stuff going on. I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to see. Yeah, I think we're all
I'm
excited
sure.
for the
I
Batman
think.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, is he going to incorporate that into his DC
No,
universe, or
I
will
think
it
he
not?
said no.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
if it's not going to be, then
yeah.
it's more of just like probably like
It's
pacing and when is that going to get released and how is that going to be
right.
different? You know, what's with his Batman and like are two Batmans going to be at the same
Yeah.
time or like all that stuff.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
Because
We're already seeing between the Batman and the Penguin series, it is a very gritty, down to earth based series. There's a reality
right,
about
right,
its realm, and so I think
right.
that it is so far different from what James Gunn's presenting with his world and his style of everything, and we've seen that through Superman, just with monsters and creatures and stuff like that. That
Still, but
it's
also we've got
fine.
like pocket universes in the very first movie,
Oh yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
bringing up other pocket dimensions and stuff like
Hmm.
that could be explained away completely now because now we have this pocket universe in both uh,
Yeah,
Peacemaker and
yeah,
Superman.
yeah.
So
Yeah, oh yeah. We all wonder who's going to be the new Batman in the DCU. I'm curious to see what James Gunn does with that. But yeah, I mean, going into it, I mean, yeah, I completely forgot that Peacemaker set up that whole pocket universe thing with all the doorways and stuff like that in
yeah,
season one. And supposedly
yeah,
season two is going to be even more invested in those pocket universes. So
we'll
the
see.
fact,
They could be run
yeah,
around. I mean, it's built into
yeah,
DC that they have alternate worlds,
hmm,
so
oh sure,
they
absolutely,
could really go. You know,
hmm,
James Gunn could. I mean, obviously, he's obviously going that way. So
yeah,
he's got he can explain very easily now that like there's pocket
yeah,
universes and realities and all that stuff.
yeah.
So
So we'll do the first part of this spoiler free. We're going to start talking about Superman at this point in time, guys. I'm going to put up a spoiler alert when we go into full spoilers. But for now, as of today, the third day into Superman's release, this film has made 217 million worldwide. Actually, I think the latest update I read was 200. No, it's 217, and it's 123 million locally. I'm actually going to go back to see it again this afternoon at a 4:30 screening. So, but it's done very well in the first couple of days of release. There are articles out there. I know that. The second I saw this, as of today, off of Deadline, that Zaslav, or what's his name, Zaslav, the head of DC is very Zaslav, yeah, is very happy with it, calling it an epic win.
I did it. It was my idea.
Despite the DC company's ultimate split from Discovery and forming two companies, they can celebrate a big win for DC Studios. Warner Brothers is reporting that James Gunn's directed film is opened at 122 million domestically and 217 globally. And I'm sure this is going to keep going up. I mean, I feel like this film is the kind of movie that word of mouth, word of mouth is going to either bring in more
word of mouth and repeat viewing.
Repeat viewing,
yes.
Yeah.
People will see it multiple times, and then people will say, yes, it's good, and you'll get the people going in because they said, oh, yeah, you should see it in theaters. It's really good.
Yeah. And the repeat viewing is definitely what this film will need to keep it on top for a little bit. And it'll only stay on top until 2 weeks from now when of course, Fantastic Four comes out. But at the same time, there is something, in it for all. Yeah, I know. Dean Cain hated the movie and called it woke. I also noted that too. But yeah, along their tour James Gunn and the team had been making over the last couple of weeks, they've been touring the world. One of the cool ones was in London. An 11-foot tall statue of Superman is floating at the top of the Shard in London, which is actually kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
And everybody's cinema scores been giving it A-. They've been giving. I think Rotten Tomatoes is up there in the high notice. There is 2 end credits in the Superman scene, so make sure you stick around for the Superman end credits. Few other little side notes is that James Gunn's already talking about a spin-off for Mr. Terrific and Jimmy Olsen.
I can see that they're kind of the two that got the most time, other than Lois.
Yeah. And even Lois, I thought, was a little bit... Well, again, we won't go into those details, but...
right.
Yeah, just yet. We'll jump... Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Wrong article. And then, those are most of the little moments there. I think we could probably just jump into first... Let's just talk about the film. What were your first thoughts about the film? Non-spoilers right now, still. What was your reaction to the film on the first viewing?
Well, obviously there's anticipation, so you're like, you're kind of playing against, okay, what I've been waiting for this. Does it hold up to, which it did. I mean, I liked it a lot. In the first go, it does seem like, okay, there's a lot going on.
There wasn't there?
I like that. I liked the timing, the time run of the movie in general. But there's a lot to put in there for the first story, which there's a lot to put in there. So you kind of get things kind of get rushed. And there's some dialogue that kind of just like, I forget the exact terminology of writing where just like you don't need it. They're just spelling it all out for you like real quick, like in a sentence dialogue.
They are, but in a fun way. But it was in a fun way because Lex had a monologue. Right. So, Lex had a monologue in there, which was just so villainous, typical. But it was so fun to watch that play out. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the first view, I loved it. It was very good. I definitely wanted to see it again.
Yeah.
But you know, I guess my gripes that are very minimal. You know, so I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. It made me think. It made me feel like I was watching uh, just like a part two to something. Even if this movie
Yeah.
had like a short before it, like a short
Yeah.
5 minute intro to it, I think would
Yeah.
have helped,
Okay.
which I would kind of liked in certain ways. Anyway,
I.
it's a little short. It's lacking a little information, but it also doesn't matter because I know who Superman is, and it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. Like I get it. Like
Yeah.
we don't.
Yeah.
It kind of gives you exactly what is needed, and there's probably extra footage that like got cut out. Like, but it kind of gives you exactly
Possibly. Yeah.
what you need. It's just compact. It's
Yeah.
just a big story compact, like a short period of time.
Yeah, I was saying when after I first saw it, I enjoyed the fact that we're being given this entire 100% comic book world. I love that we got that for the first time really ever, because everything else has been based off of a reality to Earth or
Right.
a reality to, you know, the seriousness of the situation, and still maxing with, you know,
Bringing some
mixing with
reality
every
into it. Yeah.
reality into it. This really was a just lost Elijah. This really was a everyday full on everyday full on comic book movie, which I thought was fantastic. The one problem I did have with it, I feel like on the first viewing at least, was there was a lot going on and it needed moments to breathe a little more between scenes, just to kind of set the location a little bit more, to give you a feel for the world itself and the world building. Here you go. All right. Yeah, almost got him back. But yeah, I felt like that. There you go. We lost you
Sorry.
for a second there, Elijah.
Yeah.
I was just saying. Yeah, my biggest thing was that. Yeah, the world building. I feel like it was fantastic, but I needed time to breathe between those scenes. I needed the moment to take in the moment,
Right.
or to take a beat. And we did get several beats between Superman and Lois that were really nice little moments. But I need a little bit more of that, I felt, with other characters, especially when you're introducing or bringing in these other characters and their other situations. I need to know
I know
what
exactly what you're
James
saying.
was.
The only
Yeah.
Yeah. The only time we really get that when we get a little introduction to every character and there's play is when Clark Kent is walking into the Daily Planet for the first time, and you kind of get that
Right.
interaction.
But
From those
even
people.
that happened so quick.
I know.
Yeah.
And if there
Yeah.
was more of that
Yeah.
scattered around, there's a
Yeah.
lot of characters and a lot of stuff. But
Yeah.
that I loved all that feel. That was all great. That was all. That was all so great.
Yeah. Here's a
So
good one. Did I like the crypto in the movie? Did I like the animated CGI dog that no matter what you would do, whatever you could possibly do, there's no way you could make a real dog perform without using the CGI? And the answer is yes. I thought they did an amazing job with the
they did a
technology
great
they
job,
have at
and
this point in time
yeah,
and the use of the animal itself.
yeah. I mean, I know it's CG, but it's definitely believable. I mean, but when you got crypto next to like, you know, the other characters, the baby Joey and the Mephisto and like all these other things, it's like
Mephisto.
it makes it.
There is no Mephisto.
It makes it easy
Yeah.
to. What did I say that? Did I say that name wrong? It
Yeah.
it just makes it easier to believe in crypto when you have all these other characters.
Sure.
The
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
kaiju and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, then a CG dog, like
We see that in the trailer.
it's so believable and so dog like that. So everyone was reacting to the dog. I mean, but people reacted to the otter with robot arms in like Guardians too. You know, like all those mutated like animals in Guardians 3 or whatever it was. Like people were like, that can bring people to tears. So like, easy and believable for a dog. Like they did,
completely.
that was not a problem for me at all.
Yeah.
Like they made that believable.
yeah. I thought it was a well paced character. I'm glad he wasn't just a short little brief moment, and they explain why he's there.
Right.
I think we'll go into spoilers at this point. So let's just put up the spoiler alert. We are going to be going into full on spoilers for Superman. So if you actually have not seen it, my advice is see the movie first and then come back and watch our
Yeah, yeah,
thoughts.
yeah,
Because we're going to break
yeah.
down characters and story arcs and stuff like that and talk about it and just give our impression of what we thought. So anyway, um, yeah,
Just turn off the internet until you see the movie. Just don't go online at all,
that's
or
it.
watch
Yeah,
the movie today or something.
yeah. Um,
All right. Spoiler warning.
let's
We're over.
So let's start with the obviously the most important character. What were your thoughts on Cornsweet as Superman in comparison, just in general, just as a Superman character?
Great. Like
Yeah,
the way he played Superman was amazing.
yeah,
Like I loved
completely
it.
agree.
I loved how innocent and but also like you know he's just like perfect. You're like, oh man, this is like a stand up guy. Like
Yeah,
he doesn't even curse. He doesn't even like
yeah,
like super
yeah.
nice and he's like
Well,
nice to
his
everybody and he's like saying
the
like
attention.
oh darn and saying like
Yeah, yeah. Well,
he's
yeah,
very
yeah,
admirable as a person. Like and
yeah,
the way he played Superman was amazing. So I loved it.
yeah. Yeah, you just said like those moments when he says "Oh gosh darn," and those little moments. If you don't listen, you will miss them. But he does have this
Right.
whole persona of every other Superman that's come before him. Right back to even the George Reeves Superman, because it was that like oh golly gee, this
Right.
that
The
kind
only
of
time he says
language
a
would
bad
hold.
word when he was talking about
Yeah.
the nickname that he doesn't like.
Yes. Yes.
It's like super shit.
But
Which
yeah.
I thought it would be great if he didn't even want to say this shit. If he just said
Uh-huh.
SHIT,
Yeah.
like it should,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like how
No.
wholesome he was, and it's like
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
believable for
Yeah.
upbringing him to be like that good
Yeah.
of a guy.
Yeah, he really channeled both more Christopher Reeve than anybody, but still gave his own twist in his own performance of how James Gunn wanted him to portray Superman in this film. So I felt like we just got this entirely new character that paid homage to other
Yeah.
Supermen before his actual performance, and I think that was
I mean,
also a
Superman
good
is
thing.
Superman, and like you can make
Yeah.
comparisons to Christopher Reeve just because he's
Hmm.
hopeful and like nice and
Yeah.
smiling and
Yeah.
a good guy.
Yeah.
But like he really did have his own character. I didn't really see
Yeah.
any Chris Reeves in this performance.
Right.
It's just
Okay.
kind of a brand new
Hmm.
um, a brand new Superman, which
Yeah.
with a great person, with a great
Yeah.
personality. Like you'd want to hang out with Clark Kent. Like Clark Kent seems like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
man, that's the guy you want to bring to the party. He's
I'm
like
gonna.
super cool.
Yeah.
He's very nice.
I'm gonna bring him up in just a second. But the last thing I'll say with Superman here was that there were some really great little moments, emotional moments, like when Mr. Terrific said, they sent the Tear down to kill the kaiju.
Right,
And the moment of
right.
just like, no, don't destroy this life. We can save it. We can put it somewhere and protect it
Yeah,
and
yeah,
keep it
yeah, yeah,
alive. We
yeah.
don't have to hurt this.
Right,
It's an innocent creature just let loose in the city,
right.
and it's a moment of like, this is who this comic book Superman is. He wants to protect everyone. You see him go fly in and get a squirrel before it gets crushed in the middle of the
Right.
battle. You got these moments. It was very similar to Christopher Reeve, pulling the cat out of the tree and from the
Yeah,
original
yeah, yeah,
Superman film. So
yeah.
it doesn't matter whether it's human, whether it's an animal, whether whatever. He wants to protect everything in his life from it. And from danger and harm and all that, and I feel like that's one of the things I thought was endearing about this version of Superman for sure. So jumping onto his alternate persona, Clark Kent, you're right. He was a fun Clark Kent to watch. He did the whole goofy thing that Clark Kent would be expected to do. I like the hair change. I like the just even his accent totally different, and it played off so well to see that scene with him and Lois talking when she's interviewing him as Superman, but then they're cutting back and forth between him falling back into being Clark Kent, voice-wise, because it's like, wait a minute, this is off the record. I don't want to talk about this, and it was so brilliantly done. It was such a great scene to set that tone of who that Superman was and who that Clark Kent was. What are your thoughts on Clark?
Pretty great. Like he played it really perfectly. It's just you kind of wish that you get more Clark Kent and more Superman. It's like, man, how you really about like
you got an ensemble of everybody else.
Less of a bigger threat, and then you can kind of play more time to either one of characters. But like, this is only the beginning. Like, this is going to continue, and if this is the direction it's going in, then
bring it on.
Then we can go deep into it. And this is nice to like does I really want to go see more of like this Superman and this Clark Kent and like see how this all develops. So
exactly.
Yeah, pretty great.
Thoughts on Lois Lane?
She's really good. Like
she was great.
Like like the first. I think she's the first Lois Lane that like I really buy and believe. Like I believe it. She plays it. It's very believable and very I don't know, relatable, and seems like, I don't know, it had a certain familiarity to her performance, but also making it very believable and grounded, and her own Lois Lane for sure. So I really enjoyed it.
There's definitely a connection with her character to Lois Lane from the animated series. The way she talked, even though it was a different style of talk, this version of Lois Lane was very 50s almost, like, she can do this and do it well and all that, and she was in that kind of tone of like that very fast speaking past woman from the 50s, kind of, the businesswoman of the business oriented female from the 50s. She was good. She was on top of it. They didn't make her the damsel in distress at any point in the film. She was able to just jump in and be that. I feel like my only downside was I wish there was a little bit more of Lois taking charge towards the end of the movie. You've got that moment when she's flying the ship and she's got the rest of the crew in there flying out.
That's pretty.
But it was it was ensemble.
When you're flying a ship, when you're a reporter and you get into a flying ship and you're flying around basically a UFO, that's giving Lois Lane a lot to do.
But
it worked. Like, if she did more than that, then like, I was actually afraid of that because I saw that in the trailer. I'm like, Lois Lane flying a thing like she's the boss,
a T-sphere ship,
you're like,
really?
Okay, whatever.
I was hoping for a little bit more from her. Like, I was hoping for a little bit more jeopardy on that she could take control of. Sure. I wanted a little more jeopardy that she could take control of.
From everybody. So
yeah. She was put in charge. She did the job,
on the bottom list of the things that like.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna get more.
I know. That's it. I definitely want to see more, and I'm sure we'll get more Jeopardy stuff as well.
I mean, could this movie have been 3 hours? Yes, it could.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But like, there's something to, even in my second viewing, I'm like, okay, there's something to the pace and to the this and then that, and like, yes, there's few things in the movie I'm like, I'm not crazy about, like, they could have trimmed that down, or like it could have been a different thing. But
see, I would like to have seen additional. I would like to have seen another 15 minutes of moments of.
For sure, you could have taken it 15 minutes out of like the alternate universe or whatever, the dimension. You could have taken time out of that and devoted it to more Daily Planet, more Lois Lane, more Jimmy Olsen, more of those characters, because some had nothing to do.
They had zero.
When they were there,
Jimmy
I liked
did
that group, and like obviously, with Jimmy,
we'll go into him in a second.
There's definitely more of there that could have,
Yeah.
So
okay, Lex Luthor. Where does he stand on your world of Lex Luthors in in the past? We've got the great Gene Hackman. We've got incredible Michael Rosenbaum, who was personally one of my favorite Lex Luthors. Uh, where did you think of Nicholas Holt's stance of how he played Lex?
I thought it was great. I thought this was
Hmm.
really good too. Very, very, very now, very modern type take on Lex
Right.
Luthor. It wasn't
Hello
friggin'
there.
the last. It wasn't the crazy. I'm blank on the name. Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor. Obviously, like
Yeah, yeah.
Gene Hackman is there's like a classicness to that. It's
Hmm. Yeah,
but that original Superman is like a going now.
sure.
But this was very believable. He made it
Yeah,
very.
yeah.
He
Well,
seemed like
believable
he
within the
could be
comic book world. Yeah,
within the world that they set up in the
yeah,
comic book world, and
yeah,
he's a tech genius, and like
yeah.
also just like
Hmm.
just the enviness and the jealousy that he played.
Yeah,
Just, just that alone, like
yeah,
regardless of him being a tech genius, like
yeah,
whatever. That's you can't. It's
yeah. His
anybody could play.
self-absorbedness.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
self-absorbed and
Hmm.
his just like outright jealousy and like he's just
Yeah.
jealous of Superman, and jealous of the
Oh, yeah,
power and wants
yeah,
to eliminate
yeah,
anybody in his way type of like
yeah.
attitude. So he doesn't care about anyone. He only cares about himself,
Yeah, I mean,
and
I think
he played that very well.
yeah, one of the greatest lines I really loved him say was just like, if they all sided with Superman, let them die. And the way he said it was just like, whoa, he just doesn't give a shit. Uh, and even when he was just sitting there knocking the coffee mugs off the damn table because he
Right,
just wanted people
right,
picking things up behind him, it was just
right.
like that. It was typical. It was very comic book Lex in such a way that was fun to see as live action, and what they did with his character was nothing but fantastic, and
Right.
I really am looking forward. Was it my favorite Lex Luthor? I still haven't let that one settle in yet because as I said, different Lex Luthors have had different
And they have
personalities and
way
different
more time. Like
styles.
you got
Yeah.
to give all the time that they've had to play that
Hmm.
Lex Luthor and to create
Yeah.
Lex Luthor. This is his,
Yeah.
you know, however many however much screen time he has, 45 minutes or something like that.
Sure.
Like it's all you get. So
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Precisely, yeah. So let's go into. Let's talk about the CGI dog, Crypto. We talked a little bit about him before. I thought it was a great use of a character. I've never really, you know, thought why they needed a super dog in the comic books or anything else, but they set up the tone, especially since his owner, Supergirl, uh, pops in at the end there. But I like how they set that up that this dog will now be in the next movie, which is Supergirl a year from now. But I also like the fact that that James Gunn nailed the humor of the dog and even the threat of losing the dog to what that meant to Superman.
right,
Against Lex Luthor, that threat of losing that dog, of him being taken away, became very personal to Superman. And of course, that's all pays off at the end when you realize he's doing that
he's
protect,
like
looking after it
watching
for his.
a dog. He's like
Yeah,
babysitting the dog, and like you
sure.
can't like can't let someone it's a dog.
Yeah,
It's a dog. You
yeah.
got to take care of
Even
the
if this
dog.
dog is biting
He
your
made it very
ankles
very
and
understand.
destroying
Right,
your furniture,
right,
and I saw that
right.
James Gunn wrote that he based it off his own dog was when he got this dog
Yeah, destroyed
a
a
couple of years
couch
ago.
and
It started
computer.
destroying the couch and ripping the walls and stuff. Yeah, it's just so. I think it was fun use of the idea of the character of the dog, and and had a great scene at the end there when he was let loose on, on Lex. I mean, that
Yeah,
moment,
that was very
yeah,
funny.
yeah. It literally reminded me of Hulk taking Thor and
Yeah,
Loki
smashed
and
him
just
around. I
boom,
mean,
boom, 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 boom. It
it's
was
the
very
kind of
similar.
equivalent. Like this dog doesn't
Yeah.
care about anything that you're saying
No.
right now. This dog's just
Yes.
gonna
It's
like
like, yeah, this human
rack
pissed
you
me
around
off.
like a
Now I'm
dog.
just gonna.
Just doesn't
That's
care.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But his superpowers against a human. It was hysterical. It was great. I did not expect that moment to happen. When it played out, I was freaking laughing my ass off. So let's jump to our Justice. Wait, what do they call themselves? The Justice? No,
Justice
not even that.
Gang.
Justice
He
Gang.
wants
A few
he
names.
want yeah, he wants to be called the Justice Gang,
That's it.
Guy
Yeah.
Guardian, and the other
Yeah.
ones are like
Guy Gardner.
calling
Yeah.
it like
Yeah.
Guy Gardner. Yeah,
Yeah.
the other ones don't want it to be a
Yeah.
gang. They want it to be like groups.
Yeah. Yeah, they hadn't quite found that. And I like the fact we never actually got their name of the league at all throughout the
Well,
entire film.
well, I think that because there's the Justice Society, the Justice Guild, the
Sure.
Justice League, the Justice,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
those different things. And then in the second viewing, when they go to the Hall of
Yeah.
Justice, it's like they're writing Hall of Justice, and they're on the E of the Justice, like not like, they could continue it.
Oh,
But there's
I didn't
like,
catch that. Okay.
yeah, it's Hall of Justice, and they're just like the
Yeah.
crane is up there, and it's like actually finished.
Oh.
So it's like, could they
Oh, it
continue
didn't.
it?
Oh,
Like,
that's
yeah,
funny.
like could there
I
be
didn't
more
catch
to it?
that.
Like they don't. What is it going to be? Is it going to be Justice League of America? Is it going to be Justice
There.
Guild? Justice,
Oh, I totally missed that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, as a character, I mean, well, as an actor, Nathan Fillion is always so much fun. As the character going in, the trailers for me for his character seemed a little bit obviously arrogant and not what I was expecting a Green Lantern to be. And because I know very little of this
But that's
character
the
in the
Guy
comic
Guardian.
books,
That's the character.
right? Well, that's the thing. I know very little of this character. It's one of the least Green Lantern Earth-based characters that I know about. And
Right.
so I wasn't particularly connected to him until I watched the movie. And after the first couple of minutes, when that arrogance drifts away and you see who he really is as a character, freaking loved him. I thought he was great. Again, another fun character.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Just
And that was one I knew. I mean, it was going to be written like easily.
Yep.
I knew
Yep.
James Gunn was going to be able to handle that, and casting. What's his name? I'm sorry. Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion. Like I knew he was gonna. I knew that was going to be good.
Sure.
Like, and like if he's going to be in other stuff, he's going to.
And
be
he's
in,
played Green Lantern
Peacemaker and all
before.
stuff.
Yeah, in the animated shows and movies and stuff
Yeah.
like that. He's done so much
So he knows
stuff
what he's
with
talking
it.
about.
He knows the character, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was fun to see another variation of Nathan Fillion's performance of Green Lantern once again. But yeah, I mean, I thought he had plenty of screen time in the film. So did Mr. Terrific. They front and centered Mr. Terrific, which was a great choice because I don't know too much about the character. I've seen that character pop up in Supergirl, the CW series of Supergirl. I think it was one of the few live actions we've seen of him. And this take is definitely a better take than the Supergirl version. I want to know more about this character, and it goes back to that little thing at the beginning that I noted that James Gunn does want to do a spin-off series based around him and Jimmy. Or I would watch it. I'd watch it because I just want to know more. He was a good character. He was I'll put him back on the screen. What were your thoughts, Mr. Terrific?
Good. I mean, like that is a character that I don't know much about in the comic books. Like I really don't. I know a general who he is, but I don't know anything about him in the comic books. But they played it really well. I thought his character was really cool. He had a lot more to do than I thought he would, and he had a time to shine, which I thought was cool. And the look and everything of him was fun.
Yeah, and they gave him the traditional white eyes when he actually went into when he was calculating and stuff. His eyes were
that
all
was
white.
fun.
That was very cool. And great character. I want to know more about these characters, especially since I know little of some of these characters. The other third character in the group, Hawkgirl, I thought she was great, and I was sadly disappointed she was underused. We got a great Hawk shriek at the end with her character,
that
which
was
I thought
cool.
was kind of fun. But this is not based off of the Themyscira Hawkgirl. This is based off of the one that is reincarnated with Hawkman every couple of hundred years or whatever. And she existed in the time of the Egyptians, and reincarnation became this story arc for thing. So I'm going to assume there'll be a story there. She obviously, I'm going to guess, hasn't met her Hawkman at this point in time. Maybe she has. Maybe he's already died at this point. We don't know that story. But I feel like she was a little underused when you balance the three characters out with Guy Gardner
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Terrific. I
yeah.
just wish they
There's probably some.
brought her
There's
up there.
probably she probably has a moment that was probably cut from the film because I think
Which is
everyone
sad.
probably got a moment to shine,
Yeah.
or there was some
Yep.
one bit where she had a little bit longer of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I agree with you, and we don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, when it comes to DVD, like I'm sure there's going to be
Yeah.
a longer cut or extra footage. So
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Going into the Daily Planet here. Great casting for Perry White. Sadly underused in character. I wish we saw more of Perry White.
you barely get him. You barely get. I mean, he's
Yeah.
got like one moment in there, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
not a lot. But whatever, like do something with him quick because I like these
Yeah.
characters and I want to see more
Yeah.
of
That's
the
it.
Daily
Yeah.
Planet. Like
Sure.
they could do the Daily Planet show.
Give us a TV show on the Daily Planet. It doesn't have to focus around Superman or Lois Lane. Just give us a, there's all these great side characters that
I mean,
James
bring him
Gunn
in.
gave us.
Maybe not a full show, but bring him into Peacemaker. Like make it
Yeah.
work somehow. Like bring those characters
Yeah.
back. Like
Yes,
you can
absolutely.
do that. Like that would.
Yeah.
They could totally do that in Peacemaker, and hopefully they
Yeah.
do because these
Yeah.
characters
Yeah.
need more.
Well, I mean, Cat Grant would be the kind of character you'd want to do that with because she's the kind of she's the column woman, but again underused. I've worked with Michaela before.
Some like hot girl, like
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like she barely has nothing. She's like
Yeah.
she's like eye
Yeah.
candy and like a little bit of color, flavor to like
Yeah.
the group or whatever. She stands out. Like anytime she's on
Yeah.
screen, I'm like my eyes go straight to her,
Yeah.
maybe because it's her
You-
her top is like on the last button and their own boobs are almost
Yeah,
gonna pop
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Because anytime she's on screen, my eyes went to her, but like she's not doing anything.
Yeah, she did manage to do that whole connection with Clark. She has that love interest with Clark Kent, I believe, from memory in the comics. So she kind of they alluded to that a little bit, but again they just didn't.
There was
I don't know.
She had no moment.
Yeah,
She had no
there
real
was no moment. Yeah, and the fact that we're there was cool, but yeah, I would like to see, and there is definitely a
It's
huge
shocking
ensemble.
She gets her own poster. To be honest, it's like she's like barely in there.
Yeah, but yeah, I do agree. And then the other character there, Steve Lombard, who was played by Beck Bennett from Saturday Night Live. He was definitely comic book character of the character. I don't know who Steve Lombard really is outside of just being another reporter. I don't know who his character has.
He's
been
just
in
the
the comic
sports
books.
reporter. Like I'm sure, like
He's a
got
sports.
side adventures and like
Okay.
sports reporter. That's what he
Yeah.
does.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay.
But also he's why is
Yeah.
even I mean they make a joke about it like why is he even there? He doesn't have a seat
Yeah.
on the on the ship.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
How many seats are there? Like 5 or 6? I think 6.
Yeah.
I think 6. And he's like, oh yeah, okay, you can come too. After they say 6, he's like, oh yeah, you can
Yeah.
come. He's like, why am I here? I don't have a chair.
He worked because you're right. He worked because he became that slapstick comedy element, and I guess that's part of Beck Bennett's background is humor, and he played it well. But he was more memorable than some of the other smaller characters because he at least had some scenes to play off of, and I feel like that I would like to see more. And again, it's not dissing the movie or anything. I just feel like I wish I had that extra 15 minutes to help develop some little bit more of character stuff that I felt could have been put in there. And I don't know if that would have dragged the film down or not, but I personally needed that, in my opinion. And then, of course, we have got everyone's favorite, Jimmy Olsen.
The lady's favorite, apparently.
They're basing him off the comic.
too.
Apparently, he's the lady's favorite. So, full disclosure,
The rumors are out.
Yeah.
Packing.
Skylar, I've never been a fan
got
of his. Sorry.
They don't call him Jimmy nothing.
Oh, Jimmy nothing. Yeah, fair enough. Skylar, I've never
Jimmy.
necessarily been a fan of. I've seen some of his work before, and he
Mhm.
always just kind of irritates me. But man,
Yeah.
he nailed Jimmy Olsen so well in this.
Yeah, I
And
can't tell you what I know him from, but he has like a like
yeah,
he seems familiar to me, but I don't know
hmm
anything that I can't think of anything else this guy's been in.
he's been in a lot of stuff. I mean, actually he used to go to the school I used to work at doing tap
Okay.
theater at I won't say it on here, but also he worked with another friend of mine that I went to the summer camp with, who was a camper there, and he ended up by getting into a TV show at the age of 12, and Skylar played his younger brother in the TV show. And so I actually was invited when they recorded a live TV show out here. So I met the kid when he was probably about maybe 8 or 9 at the time.
Yeah.
And then turned out that he ended up by being going to the same school I worked at, even though we never worked in the theater department. So it's like this weird crossing over with this actor all the time.
Nice.
But
Huh.
it's very strange. It's just how some people are in your lives you don't even realize, kind of thing. But it is really cool to see that he, as an actor, has succeeded to this level. As for Jimmy Olsen, he was made to play this role, in my opinion. And going in, I was a bit like skeptical of the choice, but man, there were so many fun moments in this film that they gave to Jimmy. I think the payoff was incredible between him and Miss Tessmacher. I didn't know what she was doing. I really had no clue. And we caught her story in the middle of the story of this film. And that's why when you said at the beginning, I feel like we caught the middle of the movie, we needed something beforehand. This does feel like Star Wars A New Hope to what could have been episode 3 or something like that. We
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
we've caught the
Yeah.
middle of the story, and we've caught so far in the
Right.
middle of the story that
It's like
we
that's
get
supposed.
that.
It's for like
Yeah.
that for a reason. I think that
Oh yeah.
bothers me less than some of like the bigger threats deeper in the movie. Like
Really? Yeah.
that's the kind of yeah. I don't mind being jumped right into the middle. I mean, I think
Yeah.
that's what I wanted, and I
Oh
know I
yeah. Me
talked
too.
about it like way like when we
Yeah.
first started talking about what do we want from this movie like a year ago. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I just want to be like straight up like just drop us right into the middle of an action. I
Yeah.
just we know who
Yeah.
Superman is.
All the
All the
characters are
characters.
developed. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just like
Yeah.
give us just
Uh
give us
huh.
a story.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind that at all.
Yeah. No, me too.
And she was like, what? Other than why is she there?
Yeah.
Is that what kind of you're saying? Why is she in the
Well,
room with
why was
Lex
she in the
Luthor?
room?
Like,
Because
is she
when
there?
I knew who she was. I realized Bess Tessmacher. She was played by, I forgot the
Yeah,
actor's name from Superman the movie. That was when she was first introduction
yeah,
with Chris Reeves' film, and she was Lex's,
yeah,
kind of like woman fling kind of thing. But she also betrayed
yeah,
Lex in that. She
yeah.
asked Superman to save her mother
She's got
because
a
there was
little bit
two
of heart.
missiles.
She's
And
got a
yeah,
little
that's
bit of
it. Yeah,
heart.
yeah, she's got a little heart. And obviously, she was
She's
being
there for
intertwined with.
the money. She's
Yeah,
there for like to get the
yeah,
stuff and get the
yeah.
photos and be with
But
the rich guy or whatever.
But the idea
She's
that
got
she
a
had
little heart.
this crush on this young kid, Jimmy Olsen, made it even more funnier for me. I
Well, it
thought
said that
that
they
was
at some point
very,
they
very
dated.
funny.
Like it
Yeah,
was like an
yeah,
old boyfriend,
yeah,
like
yeah,
either in like college or
yeah,
high school or something like that.
yeah,
That she can't get.
yeah.
She
But it
loves
was
Jimmy.
it was so brilliantly the payoff was really well done. I that the fact
And
that
one
she
of those
was
manic, like, I need to be
mm,
with you girls. Like, she's like one of those, like,
yes, yeah,
like,
and the look on
like,
Jimmy's face of like, no, I really don't want this.
yeah. It's the, like, the
Yeah.
Wayne's World, or, like, the first
Oh yeah.
girlfriend that he's got. And he's like, trying
Uh
to,
huh.
like, hi. Yeah, we
Yeah.
broke up. Don't you
Uh
remember?
huh. Uh huh.
Like, I made this for you. Don't you like
Uh
it?
huh. Uh huh. Yeah.
Like, one just, yeah. So she played that really well. You're like,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Completely. Yeah. I thought she was great too. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, so other characters on the side here. We have got Metamorpho. Um, I I wish we had a little bit more time with him. I know we did get him throughout. From a certain point onwards. I feel like he I would say is very childlike as a character. The innocence of a child is like, okay, you saved
Right.
me. I'm going to join you now,
This,
kind of thing. And it was
he
very
does,
quick.
right. But it's like I'm watching this. I'm like, the other
Yeah,
movie that I mean, I know this actor, but he also played
yeah,
like almost the same character in that
yeah.
new Bill and Ted movie. In
He
that Bill
did
and
too,
Ted,
didn't he?
he
Yeah.
plays that robot who like kind of like, oh, I just want
Oh
to hang out with you
yeah.
guys, you know, like,
Yeah, he
oh,
did, didn't
somebody's
he?
talking to me, oh, I'll be your
Yes.
friend because you just said
Yeah.
hi to me. Like I know I look scary, but I just
Yeah.
want someone to be my friend. That's basically what
Yeah.
this guy was playing.
Yeah.
So it like almost the same, and he's
Yeah.
like a bald guy with a weird
Yeah.
look, and like I thought that was kind of funny. So
Yeah.
very very similar,
But
but
he was also in I think he was in Gotham as well, actually.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
never really watched that show. So
He played the bad guy Zaslav, I think it is. I can't remember the name. He was freaking brilliant in that too. Like he played drama and darkness really well too, of a character. So yeah, I just wish we had a little bit more time on his character as well. He
it's
was
just the timing of the movie. It's like
yeah
I think we
yeah
have to sacrifice like
yeah
a shorter movie for
yeah
just you're just
yeah
gonna get just enough of
yeah
every character.
yeah
You know, like we're just
yeah
giving you just enough. It's like
yeah
just the right amount, no
yeah
more, no
yeah
less, no ice
yeah.
cream, no dessert.
That's it.
It's like
Yeah, I mean,
this
yeah.
is all you're getting.
The whole idea that he has a kid in that's also been imprisoned by
Right.
Lex and all that. We
And
learned
a
nothing
normal
about
looking wife.
about that situation after he got
Right.
freed. It was just like
Right.
obviously a man protecting his child. I get that, but then we just didn't get any further development. Again, there were these little moments where it's like, just a little bit more, please. Just give us a little bit more to.
Just we had like at the very
Mm,
end, he's watching TV and he's got like a wife and he lives like this in this rundown
yeah,
apartment.
yeah,
He lives in a rundown apartment with
yeah,
some like I don't want to say white trash girl, but like some
yeah, yeah,
just some basic
yeah,
girlfriend. It was very. I was
yeah,
like, whoa, what's all this about? It's
yeah,
kind of crazy.
yeah. But again, just a fun character, fun, nicely portrayed, and just needed a little bit more. We have Rick Flag Senior, which I almost forgot who he was and who he was meant to be in this film. I thought, he was there, and that was about it. I felt like he was just one of the henchmen. That was
Yeah,
about
I think
it
these
for
are
me.
definitely characters that are
Mm,
coming back. Like they don't.
mm,
These are characters that are going to be revolving through all of
yeah,
these.
yeah,
So like because they don't get a lot of
yeah,
time here, they're
yeah,
just being set up to be used later. So
yeah.
you're
Uh,
familiar
we
with
s-
like
yeah
who
we
this
saw
person
plenty
is.
of the character though in Monster Commander, so we got a lot
Well,
of.
that's that guy's senior.
Oh, was
This is
that Junior?
senior, whatever,
This is
junior,
Senior.
senior, like yeah,
Oh, I thought it was Junior who died in the.
junior, senior. I don't remember the difference, but this is the
Yeah,
father of
right,
whatever.
right.
I don't think it's the
Yeah,
same character.
but that was it was. I think it was the same character. I thought it was Senior because Junior died in the first James Gunn. He
Okay,
died
maybe.
fighting Peacemaker.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is Senior anyway. But either way, yeah, he was just there. The other character, Lex's arch nemesis, the engineer, she had a lot to do. I just wish, again, I wish we had a little bit more on her. She's one of those characters I know very little
Of
about.
all the characters, she was probably the lead. Yeah, she was kind of the one I was like least,
She was the muscle.
um, at least acceptance of, just because she was
Hmm.
able to do so much, get
Yeah,
into the
yeah,
computer.
yeah.
She did a little too much for
Yeah,
me. Like,
right.
like
But then she does
you
like
needed
the
her.
backstory though.
Just yeah, I don't know.
Her backstory though is she sacrificed her humanity. I like that as a line. She sacrificed her humanity to be this person, and I feel like that worked for me at least. It's
Yeah,
more
but
developed than we got from Hawko.
also, it's like Lex made her that way, and why would she
Hmm.
do that? And what kind of past relationships
Oh yeah.
does she have? Is she just trying to please Lex to like
Mm.
become this robot? Like, giving up
Yeah.
from humanity for power, like
Yeah.
that doesn't mean, I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
She had too much. She had too much powers and too much to do, and like
Yeah.
little too powerful. And
Hmm.
the slight bit of like ridiculousness where it's just she has got a
Yeah.
backpack and she can make claws and she can do all of this stuff. It
Right.
was
No, I was fine with
a
that.
little
That's
too
like
much for
any
me.
typical
I mean,
Superman
I'm
or
fine.
comic
She
book villain.
whatever. She
Yeah.
gets put.
Yeah.
She gets taken
Yeah.
out, and that's
Yeah.
fine. But like
And she's primarily the
that,
muscle.
right. But
Yeah.
if she was just the tech person, then I
Hmm.
think I would have liked it a little bit more. But she's tech
Hmm.
and a
And
soldier and a
muscle.
fighter and all this stuff. It's like let
Yeah.
Ultraman be the muscle, let her be the tech
Sure.
person,
Well.
and like it would have made that
Yeah.
team a little better
Yeah.
for me. So
I couldn't find any
of
photo.
all of them,
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
the one I liked the least.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Story
I.
wise, like just
Yeah.
the stuff
Yeah.
that they made her have her do.
Yeah. I couldn't find any photos of Ultraman, but Ultraman ultimately they played a nice card in there that he was a clone of Superman.
Well,
It's
that was to be
everything Lix has
expected.
done before. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
see.
I
I
mean that
didn't
was
know. I don't
when
know
you see
anything about
Ultraman, you
Ultraman.
kind of know it's a
Yeah,
clone.
yeah,
Okay, when you see
yeah.
Ultraman, you kind
I
of
didn't.
already know it's a
Yeah.
clone. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
but
the part of
but
Ultraman.
the
It's like if you know the
right.
character, it's like
Okay. Again, see, I didn't know the character, so that was kind of cool. I enjoyed that part of it. I forgot. I probably heard it at one point and completely forgot. But Ultraman itself, you know, they it makes sense why somebody could beat the shit out of Superman at the beginning of the movie, and end up by making him bleed for the first time. I think that was a great little moment. But on top of it, it paid off. It was a paid off ticket the way they set it up. It was paid off the way it was developed, and Superman goes up against him at the end. And it was paid off to make me still want to believe that someday he might return as Bizarro. Possibly, is it possible? Is he a connection to the
Oh,
Bizarro character?
that's kind of for sure. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was that seemed very very set up to
Yeah,
me. It's just like
yeah,
okay, that's going to be okay.
yeah,
That seemed like where it was
yeah.
going.
Because they recently played Bizarro in the Superman and Lois TV series, and they did play a very cool arc. And they even they created the Square Earth kind of element and everything. It was actually really cool. And Superman was fighting for his family and gave up his life at the end of that series. I won't go too much into the show, but it was a really satisfying and even very emotionally sad arc of his character in some ways. But so I'm curious to see how they bring hopefully Bizarro into that in the future if that becomes that. Out of all the other characters, we have got Gary Four, voiced by Alan Tudyk, who couldn't tell his voice when he spoke for the first time immediately on screen. He sounded just like K2SO, but it's Alan Tudyk, I
Yeah.
should say. The use of the droids, I think, was kind of cool. I mean, they were very much like, I think it was, it was a cool. Yeah, it was a cool use of the droids. I like the fact that when they were
I like the
destroyed,
droids, but I didn't like that they were destroyed so easily. Like that's like
right?
they're almost pointless. Like
Yeah,
whatever. Like that.
but were they ever meant to be like super droids of any sort? They really weren't, were they? They were just.
But if you think that
Mm,
okay, if you think that they're at least
mm.
Kryptonian metal and Kryptonian tech,
Okay.
like that, it would
Yeah, I guess so.
withstand like
Yeah.
that. It would withstand more than like just
Yeah.
getting chopped up so quickly. Like
Sure.
they could have
Yeah.
had a long the battle that one
Mm.
battle with them coming in that
Yeah.
was a little
Quick.
ridiculous just because Lex walks
Okay.
in and like his face is grazed by like shards of
Yeah.
metal and stuff like that. He's just completely
Mm.
fine. But it just I don't
Yeah.
know. If you're gonna have robots and whatever essentially like
Hmm.
help or guards or whatever, you would think they
Yeah.
would be able to hold up
Yeah.
better than just being destroyed
Yeah.
like very
Sure.
easily. Like
Yeah.
they just were tucking down like those
Yeah.
Star Wars things.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they did go down pretty quickly. It was quick to get to the point of the story. Lex takes over and ends up by. So I've got a helicopter there. Lex takes over and steals crypto and everything else that goes on there. But I thought the use of them was really cool. A lot of voice actors
They
that
were
we've heard
cool. I
before.
liked it. I liked it. They
Yeah.
just should have held up better.
Yeah.
That's all.
What were your thoughts on Ma and Pa Kent? And forgive me, I don't know the actors' names.
Mom and Pa, I really liked.
Yeah.
I liked both of them. I thought it was very realistic without going
Yeah.
overboard, and just
Yeah.
they're just two people out living in Kansas.
Midwest, yeah, Midwest kind of
just
almost
Midwest
hick, like in a certain way.
well, Midwest could be,
Yeah.
she's just a
Yeah.
sweet. She's like, this is just how I
Yeah.
grew up, and like I'm just,
Yeah.
just raised.
Yeah.
Both their parents were they're just good people, just all in
Yeah.
all good people,
I mean,
and they're
again,
not
James.
worried about anything. Like
Yeah.
they're just doing their thing.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
care about
Yeah.
like going to
Yeah.
Metropolis or even like visiting or whatever. Like they're just
Yeah.
like, oh well, that's too fast paced for us.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
like it out here,
It was slow pace, yeah. It was completely
Yeah.
a different version of Ma and Pa Kent than I think we've seen before in live action of any sort.
Totally,
From TV to film.
Totally.
Completely a different
Yep.
version.
Yep.
I didn't expect that because
Which was great.
I've always felt like obviously they were nurturing parents, but they've also been a little bit more up with the times and everything around them in previous incarnations, I've always found. And in this version, I was like, wow, they're really not up with the times. They're happy when their son does come back to return. But yeah, as you said, they're not going to go out of their way to go out of the town and go visit. They're townspeople, and that's their life. And that is the center of their universe. And I think that was kind of a cool take on it. Of course, we had our little cameos. We had Peacemaker make a little brief cameo. I thought it was fun. I completely forgot that he was in the same universe. So the fact that he's, saying, what was it? He was going on about, I can't remember. It was a brief TV interview.
You broke up. You broke up.
Sorry
For a second.
Oh,
What did you say?
Okay. Sorry. I was just saying, Peacemaker. What did he had a brief cameo on the TV network in an interview. So.
Oh, it was right after. It was right after he got the message. Like, yeah, nobody believes him anyways. He's probably just jealous.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, they're probably just jealous of me because I got a better body and that type of stuff.
Yeah,
That's what he was saying in the interview.
Yeah. Talking about himself.
But it's funny. Like the audience reaction was to when he popped up. Everybody was like, did everybody in the theater watch Peacemaker?
Yeah.
Everybody knew what was going on there.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. And then. Yeah, I think that's most of them except for one, which was the one I was expecting a year ago to happen when they announced it. The fact that we saw Supergirl make a little appearance there. I think James was right to have included her into it. It set up a complete tone to what this version of Supergirl is going to be. And from what I understand, based around the comic where she's kind of in a bit of, self-doubt and self-disciplined, not disciplined, I should say, undisciplined, we're going to get that character in the Supergirl movie. And it's not going to take place from Earth all that often, from what I understand, either. So...
Yeah, I could see that being like a cool, like, space, like a sassy teen, or a sassy, like, young 20s girl who's got a lot of power and like also is like kind of a party girl like in space. Like that should be really fun with the dog. Like that's gonna be pretty fun.
And
totally, if she comes in, like when you watch it again, like are you seeing it in IMAX today?
I'm seeing it back on Dolby just up near me.
Okay. When this time I won't know when she comes in, she's got like stains on her shirt.
Oh,
like,
sure.
Like puke stains or like dirty stains on her shirt. She's just like all like all trash. So like her shirt's all like dirty. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah. I'm also wondering whether or not that takes place during the course of the Supergirl movie.
That's there.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether that's during, that's a scene or a moment in Supergirl where she comes and gets Crypto in the middle of the film. Maybe she's coming off
that
of
would
that
be
into
funny.
that moment.
That would
because
be
it
funny.
feels like,
that would be cool. If they like merge that part into another movie.
But then again, James Gunn's also said that he's not trying to make any of these films totally connect in form,
Okay.
or so it's hard to tell. I mean, could it be? Yes. Would it be? I don't know. It could have been just a moment in her earlier life, and a year from now, when the film comes out, it's still a year later from when the events took place in this. I don't know. It's gonna be fun. So where would you rank that Superman in comparison to other Superman based, characters, films, stuff like that, shows,
Well, to
everything?
me, when you look back at it now, especially for our
Hmm.
age, and the movie's
Yeah.
almost 50 years old, and like
Hmm.
it's this Superman is like a classic film. It's
Yeah.
it's it's a
The
gone
Christopher
to
Reeve, you meant?
yeah, Superman the
Yep.
movie.
Yep.
And especially for the time, it was
Hmm.
just before 80,
Yep.
1980.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
this still in my world still classifies as like a classic film, a
Hmm.
Gone with the Wind,
Sure.
a
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz,
For our generation. Yeah.
Superman,
Yeah.
whatever, Superman, Star Wars, like Superman and Star
Yeah.
Wars and Jaws, and I'm trying to think of other ones that don't that like oh, this
Yeah.
counts as like a classic cinema
Yeah.
film
Hmm.
in the science fiction realm or whatever. It's just one of those. So it's I think setting that apart from everything else.
Yeah.
I think if I was going to put it accurate, like I'd have to grade that one separate from
Hmm.
the continuing
Yeah.
continuing movies.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because
Well,
that's
the
a different level
soundtrack alone, we
stakes.
didn't we haven't even touched on the soundtrack, but the soundtrack
Yeah.
alone, James was wise to go back and base stuff off of John Williams' music. I did upload the score; it's up online now as of yesterday, and I've listened to it a few times. It's nice, but John Williams' tones are still, still they do a nice job of rendition in this film, but John Williams nailed it. He nailed everything that was the epitome of Superman in the first place. So the fact that they would actually borrow from his work, I think, is the right choice to do to give us in this version of Superman, at least.
Right.
So, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. End of the day, I enjoyed the film. There definitely were some things about it I wish were a little bit different, and it's only because I like it to slow down. I had read also that someone put this as the equivalent of a TikTok viewing. Every 3 minutes, the movie passed, and you could go to the next scene. And just like TikTok, you get all this information at once in 2 or 3 minutes, and then you watch the next TikTok video, and then you get 2 or 3 minutes, and the
I
that's
mean,
the
I think it's like that so
I
much.
it
I
felt
mean,
like that to me. There's
I mean,
definitely an
less than,
ADHD element about watching it,
yeah.
taking in
I
so
mean,
much.
I mean, maybe more like 5 or 6 minutes or something like that.
Yeah,
Longer than three
yeah,
minutes. I
yeah,
mean, there are
yeah.
some scenes that
Oh yeah, there's scenes that
there's
played
very
out
few scenes
obviously,
that like,
but yeah.
yeah,
But it was so fast paced that it's going at the mind of somebody watching a TikTok video that at the end of their minute of watching it, they're ready to watch the next piece of information or the next thing. And this is what it felt like. It moved so fast. I wish it just slowed down just enough to let us take in the world around us.
right. Well,
And
I in the
James is
second
giving us an
viewing,
incredible. Yeah, well, that's the
in the
question.
second
Yeah, second
viewing,
viewing.
in the second viewing, you'll
Mm.
I think in the third, fourth viewing, like it will start
Hmm.
slowing down. I'll start catching everything, and it will start like
That's where I was going to
congealing a little
ask.
bit
Mm.
more together because
Yeah.
did it feel as rushed the first time?
Hmm.
No, the second time seemed
Right.
worked a little bit better because I knew where we were going
Okay.
and I caught different things and I was able to kind of look around a little bit more and
Yeah.
um, or focus on other things. As the first time you're watching it, you're focusing on watching the movie and catching everything.
Hmm.
Second time, you're
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
you know look at
Right.
other things and hear other things and catch other moments and little moments and that type of thing, which little things I picked up on. So
Yeah.
I'm sure the more that you watch it, the less chaotic it will get. It seems
Yeah.
chaotic now because we just watched it
And
the first time.
so
You know,
so as a filmmaker showing an audience something, some people obviously are going to get discouraged and never want to see it, any more of it again. But for the most part, for the people who are invested into it, that seems like that's the way to tell a movie these days. Get it going fast enough and intriguing enough that you have to go back and repeat view this film to catch all those things that you might have missed because it was moving at Superman pace speeds, almost in some ways on your first viewing. At least that was my experience of
Right.
it. So that's maybe why I could sit
I
there
mean,
and go,
even saying
no,
that, like, if we took Back to the Future Part Two as an
mm-hmm.
example of
Yeah,
like something changing every 5 minutes, like
right,
Back to the Future Two moves pretty damn quick. It's like
yeah.
they're in the future, then they're in the
But you
alternate
still
ending
get
of
your moment to
1980.
slow down and have
It,
your
it,
moments
I
in
mean, there
some.
is,
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
when I mean, because we know that movie so well. But when you're
yeah.
watching it the first time, it's like, wow,
Mm.
they're really like, cool, cool, cool. And when
You're right.
if you
Yeah,
broke
it
that,
probably.
if you broke
Yeah,
that movie down to like 8 minutes, you're like,
yeah.
whoa, they're like really like cooking because they need to put so
Fair
much
enough.
information to that
Fair enough.
movie. I think
Yeah, it
it's
makes sense.
the more. That's just a example that I'm just thinking off the top of my head, just because there's a lot
Yeah,
in that one movie. But
yeah,
I think the
yeah.
more we watch this, the second, third viewing when it's streaming, and if
Mm.
there's a minute more, like a director's cut or like the DVD hit,
Yeah.
whatever has like a 20 more minutes into it or something like they do sometimes.
Maybe it
That
will,
might
but I don't
soften it a
think
little.
it's. I don't think we're going to get that. I think there might be a few deleted scenes, but I think there's only would be extensions of scenes. I don't think there'll be
We'll
like.
see.
Yeah,
You never know.
we'll
You
see.
never know.
Yeah,
But either
I know.
way, I'm
Yeah,
just saying the more we're
yeah,
used to it, the more we watch it, it will
yeah,
be our. Then
yeah,
we'll get more out of it. Then we'll get to see these characters.
yeah. Well,
It's just gonna how it's gonna have to be until another movie shows up
yeah.
or another
Well,
they're in something else
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the last thing I'll say about it is they're already starting to present the limited edition Steelbook Blu-rays. So they've already got the
oh,
marketing for the
nice.
Blu-ray ready set and ready to go. I don't
Okay.
know. It's going to be still a few months before they release that, but I think I'll get it. I mean, I don't pick up too many Blu-rays these days, but I think that'll be the one that I would definitely pick up and get
Yeah,
just to have it as a
whatever.
set.
Like they'll get
Go with
their
it.
theater, citizen
Yeah.
theater, and we'll go to streaming, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll
Yeah.
multiple different like
Mm-hmm.
DVD and Blu-ray like cuts of it, and there's
Yeah.
plenty to be made off this movie for sure.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, and I'm looking forward. He's already announced. Well, David Consweat has already said that he has contracted for a sequel. It doesn't mean it's been confirmed yet. It doesn't mean that James Gunn will be directing or writing the sequel. But if it is, then I'd say that James Gunn is putting us in good hands for the future of the DCU. The more when I first stepped out of the film, I had to sit and let it sink in, so I hadn't quite let it simmer. But over the last couple of days of seeing it the first time, it's settled in and simmered, and it's like, yeah, I'm starting to piece these together. But it definitely is the kind of film you need to sit through again, and that's why I'm going this afternoon to go see it a second
Yeah,
time.
I think
Repeat
like
viewing,
after
I
you see
think,
it,
might be the
yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah,
Which is what James Gunn also has set out to do. He wants to set out these repeat viewings, get people back to the theater. I can appreciate that too. So, yeah, end of the day, I was very happy with the film. It wasn't the perfect Superman, but it definitely was a really well set out, layout start to this new DC universe for me. And I'm just more excited to see even more and learn even more. Last words on that?
yeah. It left me wanting more, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see where this all goes.
Mm-hmm.
Would be nice if it's sooner than later, but there's going to be some waiting involved onto
Yeah.
seeing more
A year
Superman
for
and more of these
Supergirl. Mm-hmm.
characters, like depending on like what we see in like Peacemaker and anything else
Mm-hmm.
coming up that we don't
Well,
know
again,
is coming.
Supergirl's a year. Yeah, Supergirl's next year.
Supergirl. I mean,
So,
that's
yeah.
a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
That time. Now that we're in it, it will hopefully they fill the negative space with stuff that will like
Yeah.
drag us along. Like keep us
Yeah.
interested. Because I
Absolutely. Well,
definitely like
the
where this is
Lanterns
going.
will be
It's
either
good
later
timing.
this year or sometime next year too. So you're going to have characters
Yeah,
crossing over, and again,
yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't.
It's good
It's not
timing
necessarily the
for
same
them to start.
streamline, but yeah.
Right. It's
No,
just
I
good
agree.
timing for them to start all of this
Yeah.
versus where Marvel's at and other
Mm-hmm.
franchises, Star Wars and
Yeah.
everything else. Like
Yeah.
they got a good time and a good segment to like okay,
Mm-hmm.
if they implement their plan to keep things going for the next couple of years. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully we'll have some, you know, we'll have a very nice string of DC movies that we've deserved for the longest time that like just haven't hit the right way.
Yeah, I
So
agree. I completely agree. Yeah. All right, guys. If you enjoyed our breakdown of Superman, please like and subscribe if you have not already. And we'll be talking more about this, I'm sure, in the future, especially when we get Max and Jason back on the stream. Sure, we'll probably do a lot of the same stuff a couple of weeks from now and sit and really have a good talk through it. So, anyway, we will catch you all later. Have a good one.